43 in gray, Pat Booten will take the face-off for Levittown against number 24, Adam Greaves for Calhoun. As Kerry, this should be some second half. What a difference. The first time they met, it was 5-0 Calhoun at halftime.
Well, this is going to be a great second half, Barry. I think we're going to see it wide open, a lot of running, a lot of shooting. Good defense on both sides right now, only allowing 3 goals in the first half, and in total, both teams only give up about 5 goals a game. The pressure is on the offenses to do the job, I think.
Okay, and Levittown Division will start putting it in play in just a moment. The big sticks coming in defensively in the midfield for Calhoun, and that, of course, Keith Panetti, 36, Mark Blake, 39, and Carl Stegman, number 42. We'll re-identify the players as we go. This is Coffey, number 44, handled the ball quite a bit. And he and Huggard will work in the midfield. Number 8, Huggard cuts toward the crease. Bergeau on the left wing will play it behind. Here's Parpan, the good-looking sophomore, as he's cut off there by the defense. Rob Reed, 25, the angle drive blocked. Good defensive play by the big stick of Keith Panetti. Goes out of bounds, so that long pole midfielder made a good play. That's what Coach Skillman does. He plays his long pole unit. The next year brings him up. They're generally underclassmen. He makes him the close defense the next year.
Well, you look at them right now. Panetti and Blake are both sophomores. Great potential there for good defensemen, as you say, Barry, as they come into the junior and senior year.
They've had a history of great defense at Calhoun, especially the last 2 or 3 years. Levittown in a 3-3 game, working the ball patiently against that zone defense. And this time he cuts the short side off. That's the same side that he gave up 2 goals. And this time the shot taker, Carl Brunell, had it cut off as Bracker moved to cover that short side.
Bracker was in good position right there, and Carbonell took a good shot, except Bracker had him cut, as you said, and he had no angle really to shoot on the goal.
Carbonell scored on 2 bounce shots that went up high previously. Here's Coffey, swinging it to Parpan. Huggard, Bergeau. They work it well. Carbonell back to Parpan. He's doubled now. He has somebody open. Carbonell looking to swing it. Coffey, the look in front. Beautiful setup and a score from Matt Huggard. And it's Levittown 4, Calhoun 3. Second goal of the game from Matt Huggard.
That was a real nice feed from up top. Matt Huggard got right into the crease of the zone, Barry, and put himself at the top of the crease so that when he received that ball, he just turned and shot, and he was right in on goalie Paul Bracker. Great shot, great feed. Division looking very poised right now. As we watch the replay, we'll see the ball being passed around very patiently, and here's the look inside by number 44. That was Steve Coffey, who got the beautiful assist into Matt Huggard.
Huggard's second goal of the game, and Levittown regains the lead at 4-3. Again, big face-off here. And who's going to rake it up? Still battled for, and no possession. Still raked around on the ground, and Levittown's come up with it, so Booten did a good job there to keep it alive. Now they've got a fast break opportunity here. Carbonell moving in. Oh, hit the pipe. It hit the pipe and bounces wide.
Oh, good opportunity again for Division. And you can see Division's coming out very strong again in the second half, Barry, just as they did in the opening quarter of the game.
Well, kind of ironic as we watch Jimmy Amon on the sideline. His club had 13 shots in the first half of the first game they played, didn't score any goals. And I think today they scored on 3 of the first 4 shots they took in the first quarter.
Well, remember, Coach Amon said he wants to make sure that his guys take shots and make them count, and that's just what they're doing right now, Barry.
They lead 4-3, and they've got possession here, trying to pull an upset against this fine Calhoun team. Bergeau slipping in, bounces one, and he scores! And it's 5-3.
That's the first time we've really seen the Division player go at a defenseman, face dodge, and take the shot.
Well, Bergeau, who has been told this year that his shot is not as accurate as the coach would like it several times, comes up with a very accurate shot there. He's had a knee problem all year playing with fluid on it, and it has really limited his abilities. He's an outstanding player.
And there's the face dodge as he goes inside, and again, Bracker got his stick over there just a little bit too late. He has it on the weak side.
He'll be going to Ohio Wesleyan, one of the top teams in Division III. In fact, they're playing for the Division III championship game.
Division 2, Barry. Yeah, Division 2, and Ohio Wesleyan has a real fine team, and he's going to be a nice addition to that team next year.
He's a fine complementary player on a college team, and so he said he's been bothered by a bad knee. Calhoun comes up with the ball down by 2. Look at this clear. Bad throw across field. rattled over there was Billy O'Brien. Normally doesn't make that kind of a toss.
And Calhoun has yet to bring the ball into the offensive half, Barry. This is just up Jimmy Amon's game plan. Keep the ball in the offensive half.
Looks like a repeat of the first quarter here.
Yes, it sure does.
2 quick goals, and we'll recap them for you. Matt Huggard, second of the game at 1:38, and then Rob Bergiou less than a minute later at 2:21 to make it a 5-3 game. Bergiou, Huggard, and Coffey will work the midfield. That's Parpan, number 20. He'll play up front. We'll give you the rest of the players up front as they swing it. Good patience now. Bergiou off the stick of Carbonell. He's checked by O'Brien, who rakes it toward the goal. That's an unsettled situation, but the goalie comes up with it, Bracker. And Bracker against some pressure. I'll tell you, Levittown Division, excellent, and Calhoun excellent in riding. They're excellent riders, and they throw it away. Calhoun rattled there.
I don't understand right at the moment why Coach Skillman isn't going into a really set type of a clear. His defensemen are just throwing the ball upfield, and they have time, and they're not being all that much pressured. There's only a zone ride against them, so they really can set something up.
Jimmy Amon isn't one to lavish praise lightly, but he says the riding attack that he has is about as good as he's had in some 17 years in coaching high school lacrosse in Nassau County. They've come up with a lot of garbage opportunities, just haven't been able to cash in. That's been their problem offensively, but they're a superb riding team, and they came up with that turnover. Well, here's Parpan to Carbonell.
A riding team can create a lot of good opportunities, and again, can change the whole momentum of a game, Barry.
A chance here. Good save, but Bracker couldn't locate the rebound. Still scramble outside the crease. Bracker trying to gain control in the crease, and he'll finally pick it up.
Well, he dug that one up like a little snow rat there.
All right, Division's goals, by the way, all 5 have been scored in the goal to our left, which is the north goal. So they like that goal for some reason. Now look at the riding here going on. Having a tough time. They've thrown the ball away a couple of times. Now O'Brien will play it. Overthrows his man downfield as he was looking downfield for number 23, little Robbie Munson at 5'5", and it's a little hard to find that guy out there at 5'5", Billy O'Brien.
Well, I'll tell you, I think Division Avenue is right now going to give Calhoun that crossfield pass all day long because they haven't made it yet. And they're cutting off all the near side, and they're pressuring the ball side. They're giving the weak side, and that's why Calhoun's looking to go crossfield, but their long sticks aren't making the pass.
Well, the ride has really been effective here. Now Calhoun will pick up the loose ball and try to get untracked here. Down 5-3. They're a club that averages about 9 goals a game, so they can score. O'Brien with that big stick across midfield. He's had 6 assists this year. He's checked, battling for possession. A lot of gray shirts around there. Look at O'Brien drive and try to fight for the ball. He kept it alive, and finally it's picked up by Greaves. Unsettled situation here. He had Pollock wide open, but didn't spot him, Carey.
No, there's too much traffic in front of the crease area, Barry, for him to pick him up, I think.
Let's watch a great playmaker, Brian Pollock, working behind as he works against number 21, Tommy Connolly, the defenseman, a young defenseman. Pollock beats him easily and scores to make it a 1-goal game.
First time Calhoun comes down on the attack, and they put the ball in the goal, Barry. And Pollock did make it look easy. He drove the cage. He just dodged his defenseman and took a nice bounce shot. And DiLorenzo was at his mercy.
Tom Connolly, who didn't play as a sophomore, played basketball in the past, victimized by a great player, Pollock, right there.
There's the roll dodge, Barry. Nice bounce shot. And again, as I said, you can't expect DiLorenzo to come up on every save.
So it's back to a 1-goal game. Pollock's second goal of the game. And it's turning into some second half, just as you predicted, Carey. 29 goals for Pollock. Let's watch this key face-off here. Rake back, and Booten comes up with it for Levittown.
He's doing a great job on the face-off for Division Avenue, Barry.
That's the one area that Calhoun has really been concerned about. In the big games against really tough face-off men, Greaves is just a little guy at 5'5", 145. A lot of times you can get out muscled there, even if you're quick. Now they pick one off here. Fast break opportunity. Oh, big play by DiLorenzo. And look at him keep that ball alive.
He came out sliding like he was sliding into second base on that.
Dorfman is checked. What a game we've got going now here. On the move, Schliff moving in. Oh, and it partially hit the pipe. I think the goalie got a piece of it,
I think DiLorenzo got his stick out on that ball, Barry. Here's Schliff behind the cage looking up top.
A chance here. The bounce shot broken up. Oh, what a save. What a game we've got going now, folks.
Great save. Division was caught on defense.
Let's watch.
Calhoun coming close on the attack, and here's a replay. Here we have another opportunity. Look at DiLorenzo get out there. he doesn't sit back. He's not afraid to get hit. A lot of goalies don't like to come out. They're afraid of getting hit, Barry, not DiLorenzo. Here's
First
another
time he
opportunity.
stopped Nader in front, number 16. Here's Pollock getting stopped.
Trying to place the ball against DiLorenzo, and DiLorenzo did the job, cut it down.
Well, Division, with all their injury problems, they've won 3 out of 4 since they lost to Calhoun. And they've been coming on, Jimmy Amon's club, and they're playing very well today. A chance to regain a 2-goal lead here, as it's really opened up, Kerry, in this last 2 or 3 minutes. Really exciting game now.
No, this is exactly what we anticipated. It was going to be an exciting game, Barry, and we've got 2 good teams here playing for a good playoff spot.
Carbonell, Bergeau still controlling the ball as he rolled by a couple of guys, couldn't get the shot off. Parpan's pass picked off by Schliff. They've got the break with Greaves, 24. Fast break opportunity here.
He holds it down. It was a 4-on-4 situation. They really didn't have the true fast break, so good play by Adam Greaves to pull it out and get set up on the attack.
All right, Calhoun with John Schliff. His club trailing by a goal. 3:20 to go, third quarter. Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck, Carl Reuter, Frank Cortali. As we watch John Schliff work behind the cage against Coffey with the short stick. Good check by Coffey there. Schliff recovers, checked again, falls down. And we're going to get a call here, apparently a call against Coffey. Out of bounds, they say, but it's going to be against Calhoun.
Division ball.
But good effort by Coffey with the short stick. The midfielder playing tough defense there against a great open field player like John Schliff.
Let's see, here's the check. Now, you saw Schliff have his stick. He was hanging it out a little bit in front of Coffey, and Coffey took advantage of it.
And he drove him to the restraining line. Now watch DiLorenzo try to get back in play here against this ride. Finnegan now riding on the number 7, Walter Scott, the inexperienced defenseman. Good play by Scott to get it to DiLorenzo as he was doubled there.
The attackman jumped on the double, and we
Look
got
at
it
that
right on the
beautiful
fast
clear.
break. DiLorenzo looked cross field.
Now they'll work it behind. Parpan back out to Coffey, and he scores! And it's a 6-4 game. Steve Coffey, who made a big defensive play on the other end of the field moments ago, comes back to give his club a 2-goal lead.
Nice shot, nice play by Division all the way around. Coming from Coffey and behind the goal, from DiLorenzo up to the attack. You got to give credit to the whole team.
How about Walter Scott when he was double-teamed?
Right, after he was doubled, giving the ball right up to Jerry DiLorenzo. Now let's catch the replay. Passing all the way up top, and there's the shot right up from the restraining line almost, and stayed low. The ball didn't come up at all on Paul Bracker, and we got a goal, and now Division's again up by 2 goals.
So here's Levittown Division having trouble scoring goals all year, averaging only 6 a game, and they've already scored 6, and we've got 2:20 to go against a team that only gives up 5 a game.
Well, you know, Jimmy Amon said to me last night, Barry, as we spoke, he said, if we can keep, we have a penalty on the play, but Jimmy Amon said if we can keep them under 7 goals, he said, I think we can win this game. And right now, the way his defense is playing, he's in good position to hold Calhoun under 7. And here's the penalty. Then we have an interference call against Division Avenue. Right there is the penalty that we saw, the interference.
So it'll be a man-up situation. Nope, just possession. Oh, my.
And we'll have another penalty against Division. They're calling a hold. I think Division Avenue's lucking out on that one in 30 seconds. Well, he was almost decapitated.
A little over-aggressive right there, and the young man, John Schliff, checking to see if he's still all in one piece.
If we catch that in the replay, you'll see here's the stick out high and off the face-off. Here it is.
Whoop. That should have been Carbonell. He only got 30 seconds for that. Calhoun scored earlier on a man-up, a big opportunity here, but they throw it away over the head of Schliff. Back toward midfield. Raked back and scooped up by Walter Scott with a big stick. He's got it.
Oh, we got a penalty now called against Calhoun.
And I tell you, temper's flaring out there, and that'll negate the man-up situation. And we'll have 2 men in the box, 1 for each club right now. But big play. And again, a couple of these young defensemen who had to move in with the injuries to Suhaki and Romano doing an excellent job for Levittown.
They've really stepped in and done a very nice job. And here we see Calhoun going from a man-up situation to a man-down situation. Very critical for a lot of momentum right now, Barry.
Let's give credit to Joe Pfeiffer, Tommy Connolly, and Walter Scott on that close defense. So let's see what the penalty situation is. We've got each player in the box. We'll try to find out how much time left in the first penalty. Can't be too much for that 30-second penalty, as you saw DiLorenzo. and Coffey will put it in play. It will be Levittown ball.
Well, as soon as they get it into the box, it'll release the penalty anyway, Barry. So it really is almost moot unless they can keep him out of the box for the remaining part of the penalty.
All right.
And there's the release because they got it in the box.
So really didn't mean too much. Still now Levittown Division with a man up and a chance to go up to 3-goal lead again.
And it's a 1-minute penalty against Calhoun.
So they've got a good opportunity here. Patient. And that's something they've been today. They haven't taken a lot of bad shots, which has been a plague they've had all year. Very smart game.
And they'll probably try and use the full minute of the penalty too, Barry.
Mike Smith in for the first time, number 22. They'll swing it back outside. Tom O'Neill is 32. The bounce shot by Carbonell blocked away. Race for the ball. Coffey will scoop it up. Still man up, extra man situation. Carbonell. Bergeau. Parpan back to Bergeau. The good look and the shot taken by Tommy O'Neill. A good save by Brackers. The penalty is over.
No, O'Neill did a good job on getting that shot off, and Bracker did make a nice save. And right now, I think we have the penalty just about expired, or we're all even right now. And again, here's Calhoun just throwing the ball down the sideline. They're looking for their midi right up at the midfield, but he's so close to the sideline.
Mike Smith was riding over there. He shares time with Tommy O'Neill. And again, the job that the riding unit has done, the close defense, you've got to really give a lot of credit to Levittown Division's defensive game.
Yep, they're doing a great job, and Jimmy Amon's done a great job in preparing them for this one.
49 seconds to go, third quarter. Calhoun came in 11-5, 6-3 last year, 21-2. They were league champs in American League B. They've dropped down to American League C here. Twice this year they've lost to Garden City, 10-4 and 11-7 last time, a very close game. And they lost to MacArthur 8-7. Once before they were in the county finals in 75, losing to Elmont. And of course they lost last year 6-4 to Garden City. Jimmy Amon upset. The ball will go over to Calhoun. He wanted that call. Jimmy Amon upset with Bergeau on the sideline. You can see.
Yeah, I would say he's a little upset with Mr. Bergeau. He wanted Bergeau to go cross field with the ball because that's where the free man was, and Bergeau didn't see him.
All right, Schliff will throw it back to O'Brien, to Bracker. They've had trouble getting the ball up, and then they've got to get it up pretty quickly. There's less than 30 seconds to go in this quarter. They trail by 2. O'Brien, who can run with the best of them. Maybe the top 1 or 2 in the county. Good opportunity for Schliff. Oh, and a save. Schliff behind the cage to Pollock. Pollock, the lookout in front. Time running out, 13 seconds. The bounce shot just goes wide as it was taken by Ed O'Callahan, number 44, who has 20 goals and hasn't really been in the game much.
No, and Calhoun's have a good couple of opportunities.
Pollock will get the shot off, checked with 3 seconds. 2 recovered. Can they get the shot off in time? No, the quarter comes to an end.
In a flurry, Barry, it's come to an end, and Calhoun's trying to make a comeback right here, down by 2 goals. Trailing by a score of 6-4.
Should be a dandy fourth quarter. We'll be right back. You're watching high school lacrosse on Cablevision.
What a hill.
Yeah. Get the brakes done?
Uh-huh.
You Midas-sized them?
I didn't think it mattered.
Didn't matter? Halfway up the Himalayas and it didn't matter?
Midas-size your brakes and get it right the first time. Then they're backed by the dependable, unbeatable Midas guarantee.
I should have Midas-sized.
Ah, but you didn't, did you, buckaroo?
See your yellow pages for the Nassau Suffolk Midas shop nearest you.
I wonder if I can get a car loan.
Oh, I wonder if they'll give me a vacation loan.
Join the Apple Bank family and you'll never have to wonder if you can meet your financial needs. You'll get a personal family banker, free, no bounce checking, and more. Join the Apple Bank family and feel good about banking again. Come in or call Apple Bank for Savings. We're good for you.
Barry, quite a sight down here. Your name is Karamia, and she has been hooting and hollering the whole day for Levittown Division. You come to all the lacrosse games?
Most of them.
Yeah, most of them?
I'm a working girl.
You're a working girl.
Yeah.
What do you work at?
Trons. Supermarket.
Oh, wait. This is this commercial time here. 87, Levittown Division. You're graduating in, when, June?
Yeah.
You going to school?
Chuck, let's talk about me a little bit here.
I'm telling you, Barry, sometimes it's better off being upstairs.
My girlfriend.
The whole place is going wild down here, Barry. I'm going to go back upstairs to you.
All right, Gary. He's having fun out there in the stands. That Carl Reuter gets into all the good spots there, huh?
And he thought we were lucky.
All right, third quarter scoring. 2 each for both clubs, and it's a 6-4 game right here. 3 for Division, rather. And they've increased the lead now to 6-4 as the game was tied 3-3. Kerry, what about Calhoun? They're only down by 2, but they really haven't controlled the ball. And as we see right now, Levittown Division coming up with it, throwing it back to DiLorenzo.
Well, this is a very important part of the game. They've got to get those face-offs, and right now, really, we're seeing that Division's really doing a good job on that.
Why hasn't their zone been more effective in creating turnovers?
Well, they're not really well, one, I think is Division has been very patient. They've been keeping the ball on the perimeters, and they're not looking to really attack the zone. And Calhoun's been very satisfied with just sitting back and letting them play with the ball.
How long can they do that?
Well, they probably can go for about 5-6 minutes, and after that, they really have to start coming out.
All right, let's see if Levittown exerts that same patience right here, leading by 2.
See, they don't chase the man, Barry. They're letting them play with the ball out on the perimeters, which is really what his zone wants. They want you to take the shot outside. Division's not taking the shot outside.
Parpan will swing it. Back on top to Coffey, who's had an exceptional game.
Only when they look to attack the cage, you'll notice that the defenseman begins to press and play him tighter.
Bergiou, Levittown Division with only really 1 midfield unit. They haven't used many subs here. Coffey controls nicely as his defender lost his stick. Bergiou with the move, throws it away, trying to go cross field, but it's protected and played on the far side by Carbonell. A minute and a half almost gone here. Fourth quarter, Levittown Division Avenue with the ball, and they lead 6-4 over the Calhoun Colts. Now Bergiou will drive toward the cage. Carbonell's got it. Almost 2 minutes, Kerry, that they've eaten up.
Right, they're doing a great job on working the clock, Barry.
Now they're trying to be a little more aggressive. Calhoun, shot by Huggard, misses the cage, but they had backer support. Now we'll get the long sticks, the long pole midfield unit in. So they're able to keep the short sticks in there by being patient. That's what you want to.
Right, and they're keeping the ball right in there in the attack zone, and Jimmy Amon likes to see that.
Here's Parpan, the very poised sophomore, number 20. Goes lefty and righty. He runs the man up a lot from behind. Huggard. Parpan. Robert Reed playing Parpan. Number 25, Reed with the big stick. And more time wasted. We've played 2.5 minutes already in the fourth quarter. Here's a shot opportunity. Good save by Bracker, and it's saved by Reed as that would look like it was going in.
Oh, that was lucky for Calhoun. And they've got the ball. Now they've got to take advantage of it.
Let's see if they're able to get Schliff on, and here he is. Let's see if Schliff will take it himself. 27 goals coming in. Now he'll work it over to O'Callahan. These two guys haven't really done much. They're big scores. They've had 47 goals between them. And now timeout taken by Dick Skillman. He says, boy, we finally got possession. We cannot waste this opportunity because Levittown Division's taken so much time off the clock.
Here's that last shot that we'll see by Division, and the save possibly by the defenseman as that ball almost bounces in the goal. Bracker makes the initial save and then hits the ball. Bracker's stick gets hit, and now the ball just bounces loosely in front of the goal, and number 25, Rob Reed, does a great job keeping the ball out, and Bracker gets back into position. And now we have to see what Calhoun can do. They come down. They've 3 minutes have gone by in the fourth period, and let's look at the shots right now. Division.
Pretty even.
20-18. That tells you that the game is close. 6-4. It's a close game, Barry.
Well, you know, you talk about face-offs there, and Division has dominated those 8-4, but Carrie, you watched the goaltender, and I was reading a comment by the Adelphi goalie in the newspaper after they had, or actually it was the Hofstra goalie and the post goalie talking about the pipe that saved him against Hofstra in a victory just the other day. And I guess for the goaltenders, the pipes are very important.
Oh, yes, and that goes in a lot of sports, too. That goes in hockey and in soccer and in lacrosse. That's a part of the goalkeeper's equipment, is his chest protector and his mask.
While we're talking about college lacrosse, how about the Delphi? Let's congratulate Paul Daugherty and his fine club. The big win over Princeton earned him a spot in the NCAA playoffs up at Army Wednesday, and good luck to them.
Yeah, they had a great season. They did a super job this year. They've beaten some real good clubs in Syracuse. They beat Army earlier in the year, Barry. Now they're going up there for playoffs. It's a different kind of a game now when you play in the playoffs. But they've had a great season, and certainly we wish them a lot of luck tomorrow up at Mitchie Stadium.
Well, a lot of Long Island players. They got the Ray boys from out in Suffolk playing over there for them. From Rocky Point, right. And let's see about this possession. What do you think Dick Skillman designed here?
Well, I would imagine he's going to look to get the ball into Brian Pollock's hands and let him create some opportunities from behind. And here Brian now has the ball, and he's either going to try and go one-on-one or he's going to look to go to the weak side. Whoop, and we had the good opportunity, good look by Pollock.
All right, Greaves will come up with it. A speedy little midfielder. Work it out now to Schliff. Schliff, the all-county soccer player, great knowledge of the field. Maybe the hardest shot on the team. Really hasn't taken too many today. He may try to go one-on-one here. He'll invert now and look for Pollock out on top. Schliff cut off. Good defensive play by number 31 over there. Glenn Kokeman, delayed penalty coming up against Levittown. Here's the lookout for Greaves. Oh, the save. Oh, what a quick stick by the goalie. And now the penalty will be called.
DiLorenzo took that shot right on his leg. I think that smarted a little bit, but that's part of the job. And then we take a look at the leg and see it's still there.
I'd say you got to be crazy to be a goalie, especially in lacrosse, where you don't have much equipment. You're not wearing pads like you are in hockey, and certainly in soccer, it comes at you pretty hard too.
And in lacrosse, they're only standing, 3, 4, 5 feet away from you. They're firing.
All right, they've got a man-up situation here. They scored earlier, and a very critical one here. Pollock out in front, score! Beautifully setting up Donnie Finnegan.
Finnegan, nice opportunity. Pollock, great feed. The man up, they've been working together very well, Pollock to Finnegan, and they've been very dangerous. And it's not a hard shot. I mean, Finnegan's got a nice goal. He's in good position, and they're doing it very nicely.
Quick stick, certainly has that quick stick, and he got it right in there. And it's a 6-5 game. We'll take another look.
And here's Pollock. He again drives the cage, and then he looks for Finnegan right in the seam, right here, wide open. As soon as the wingman picks up Pollock, he dumps it off to Finnegan, and Finnegan's got a nice shot.
Just at that range, almost impossible to stop if it's well placed. Big face-off here, Booten and Greaves. 6-5, Levittown by a goal, and Booten comes up with it.
They changed the face-off.
Oh, they had Schliff taking it, yeah. Back to DiLorenzo, 6 minutes to go. DiLorenzo getting away from Finnegan, who's going to check him, but he clears it upfield. Oh, Dorfman, fine catch, and they've got the fast break going here. Second midfield unit in here. Here's the bounce shot by number 23, Carbonell, broken up, scramble for it in front.
And that shot by Carbonell was checked really by Billy O'Brien. Did a good job on checking the stick of Carbonell before the shot. We have an illegal procedure call against looks like it's against Calhoun. Division's going to keep the ball, and with only 5:43 to go in the game, if Division continues to eat the clock away, we'll be down to about 3 minutes before we see Calhoun come up with the ball.
Well, it has been a dandy game. Levittown led 3-0. Calhoun tied it at 3-3. Levittown came out, opened up another 3-goal lead, and it's now 6-5. Man up Calhoun 2 for 4. Division 0 for 1. Here's Parpan. Working behind against some tight checking from Rob Reed. Over to Huggard. Nobody behind. Now they do have a man moving behind. The lookout in front. Oh, and a great shot and a score. Taken in front, O'Neill.
That was a great shot. I mean, the guy was falling down as he was taking the shot. It was number 20.
Mike Smith, number 22, the 5'10 junior, with his 11th goal of the year. We had told you that Levittown rotates some people in there. And Mike Smith, who goes lefty-righty, comes up with a goal. He'll be probably a starter next year, and he showed why right here.
I watched players all around him falling down, and he makes the shot into the goal. It's just a great effort on the part of Mike Smith.
Crease attackman, a junior, 5'10", his 11th goal of the year, none bigger than that one. For that young man right there, Mike Smith. He had O'Brien right there, he had the goaltender Bracker right there, and he had the presence of mind to get the shot off accurately.
The zone did what it had to do. It collapses around the crease.
Big face-off one here. Schliff's got it. They trail again by 2 with 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes on the nose, and let's see if Schliff takes it behind again to try and invert.
First face-off, Calhoun has won this half. Ed O'Callahan will work behind now. O'Callahan working one-on-one with his man. Takes the shot and he scores. Boy, they caught him by surprise. They were all looking at Pollock in the other end. And out comes O'Callahan, who has an excellent shot, predominantly righty. And he comes up with a big goal.
I don't think DiLorenzo was expecting the shot first. And the second, I think that O'Callahan's defender, his midfielder, had checked his stick. And I don't think he realized that the ball was still in his stick when he took his shot.
He beats Frank Dorfman over here.
And there's the
short
check.
Stick.
And then again, two checks on the stick, and he still got the shot off.
Dorfman playing with the short stick there, couldn't stop him. So O'Callahan, who's had 2 4-goal games this year, gets his 21st of the year. He'd like to go to CW Post. They're interested in that young man.
Oh, we're having a stick check right now, Barry. The Calhoun team is looking to check the stick of number 99.
Frank Dorfman.
To see whether or not it's a legal stick.
Now tell us what happens here.
Well, if the stick is illegal, it's a 3-minute penalty. Against Division. They got to check the length of the stick to see whether or not it's a minimum of 40 inches. It's got to be at least 40 inches.
Carl Reuter's aware of this. It happened, of course, in the Hicksville game against Farmingdale. They checked the stick of a Hicksville player. They found it was illegal. They were awarded a 3-minute penalty. And then they said, well, let's check the Farmingdale player. He had already walked off the field. The officials then awarded a penalty to Farmingdale as well. And that game was later protested. Here's the check now.
This is great shot. Let's see if we can get in on it. That's a turnover to the inches.
Not even close. Okay.
Well, the officials doing the job.
It's an illegal stick.
Well, Dick Skilbert pulling one out there. Bob Kirsch and Bill Cole.
3 minutes, long release.
Well, illegal stick, Harry. We didn't hear the call on our headset. Jim Amon says, I don't believe it. Frank Dorfman says, I just made a great play on one end, and now we have an illegal stick called. So a 3-minute extra man situation here. Kerry, is it like a major penalty in hockey where they could score as many goals in the 3 minutes, or is it just the one goal that's allowed?
They can score as many, and the stick can't be put back into the game, so Dorfman's got to get another stick.
Timeout taken by Levittown Division, Jimmy Amon.
And Jimmy Amon, I'm sure, has got to be very, very upset. I mean, it's one of the things. I mean, every guy likes to try and get the stick to his own feel for the stick and his own conforming sizes. But you got to be upset with the fact that you put your team into that kind of a situation.
Well, Carl Reuter down on the field, perhaps will give us an explanation as he tries to get some word from the official. Jimmy Amon calling over. Wants an explanation, perhaps, as his assistant coach is over there. And I'll tell you, the assistant coaches, we'd like to mention them. For Levittown Division, you've got Todd Esposito, John Romano, and Louis Gilday. Esposito, of course, a famous name in Levittown Division lacrosse. And for Jimmy Amon, he's got some, Dick Skillman, some fine assistants over there as well. And if we can find their roster, we'll mention some of those assistants for Jimmy Amon. Apparently the stick was too short. We're going to check that out.
Okay, I got that stuff.
And I think we're just about ready to go down to the Carl Reuter on the field for an explanation of that penalty.
Okay, Barry, just got the explanation from the referee, Mr. Persh. The stick is too short. It's supposed to be 40 inches. And according to the referees now, it's 3 minutes. Non-releasable. The man and the stick is out of the ball game for the for the next 3 minutes, and we've got 4:45 to go on the clock. So as you say, Dick Skillman pulling one out of the hat right now, and with a 1-goal game, it could be real crucial for Levittown Division. Barry?
All right, Carl, good work. Dick Skillman's club has won 6 of their last 8. And of course, Dick Skillman's club has been exceptional on the man-up situation. They've scored 2 man-up goals, and they're going to have a 3-minute opportunity as Dick Skillman He's got to feel pretty good about that one. Maybe they noticed that stick earlier. Let me mention Dick's assistant coaches over there, Joe Behrens and John Hamilton. And there is Frank Dorfman, and he's got to feel a little bit upset right now. Outstanding hockey player Frank Dorfman, had 3 goals earlier this year. Most improved player. He can score, plays that long pole unit as well as the short midi unit. All right, your Levittown division. It's a psychological slam in the face right now. You played a great game. You have 4:45 left. You're holding on to a 1 goalie. What do you think Jimmy Amon just told his kid?
Well, you know, I think he's just trying to say we got to get possession of the ball, and we got to go hold on to the ball. We got to pass the ball around. Just do what we've been doing. Keep the ball on the perimeters. Keep passing it around. Go back to DiLorenzo. Let's kill the clock as much as we possibly can. You know, Calhoun needs the ball. We don't. But if we come up with it, let's make sure we keep it out of their hands.
Obviously, the penalty not releasable, so if they get it in the box, it doesn't mean anything in this situation. Big face-off here. Reeves back in to take the face-off, 24.
And, of course, if you're Calhoun, you're going to try and double the ball. You got to come up with the ball.
The ball raked back, and Schliff's got it. Now, they've got to be patient here. They can't, they've got the opportunity, but they've got to take good shots, too.
Okay, that last goal, by the way, Barry, that was scored is not disallowed at all. The only time that you can disallow is when the stick is on the field. After the play is over, it's a dead ball, and so therefore the play counts, and from that point on that you proceed.
All right, Pollock will put it in play. They'll make a substitution. Levittown division number 54, Sean Burns, a sophomore crease defenseman, comes in this man-down situation.
Now let's see if they go again to Finnegan, because that's who's been scoring from that wing area.
And we are tied at 7-7. Ed O'Callahan with another big goal. His second straight goal, and we are deadlocked at 7-all. A real team, man. They look to set him up on the man-up situation. He's got an excellent shot, a soccer and a wrestler, and it's 7-7. It's the 3rd time that Calhoun has come back here to tie.
Well, we saw O'Callahan take a really good shot there. Again, with the man up, they've been very successful. They've been attacking the left side. We'll see Pollock again. He'll drive the cage. They like to drive the left side, and there's O'Callahan wide open. He takes a nice shot. Blows it right by DiLorenzo.
What happened? Why he was open where they were doubling Finnegan.
Right, Finnegan stepped inside. They picked up Finnegan, you're right, Barry, and they opened up the area for O'Callahan.
Here's Schliff with the ball. 30 seconds. That's all they needed to score that man-up goal. Reeves scoops it up as he's hit over there by Stella, who is normally a goaltender. And the ball goes out, and it will still be Calhoun ball. Now, remember, the penalty started at 4:45, so they've eaten up about 46 seconds. They still have 2 minutes and about 14 seconds left on this man-up situation.
This is going to be the longest 3 minutes in Jimmy Amon's life, I think, right now, Barry.
3 man-up goals here for Calhoun. And we're deadlocked at 7-7. Pollock from behind.
Let's see if they attack the left side of the cage again, Barry. There goes Pollock, left side. Tries to take it himself. DiLorenzo stuffs him very nicely, comes out.
Loose ball, Scott going after it, tripped up, Walter Scott. However, Calhoun will still retain possession. 3:39 to go. 54 seconds gone in the penalty. Still over 2 minutes left in the power play or man-up situation. Pollock working behind. Drops it back out. Here's Schliff, Greaves, Pollock. Checked by DiLorenzo, a big play here. And he'll cheap clear it downfield. He's got O'Neill down there, Mike Smith rather, 22.
Well, Calhoun's going to be doubling the ball all over.
No penalties, and we get some pushing and shoving. O'Brien unhappy with a check that he took. One of his teammates over there trying to calm him down. James DeMarco, another defenseman. The ball will be Levittown's ball.
Well, again, we know it's an unreleasable, so, you know, it doesn't make a difference. They get it in the box. They just got to now eat away the clock. They've eaten away about 1.5 minutes of the 3-minute penalty is about gone now, Barry.
Well, these teams don't have a rivalry because they really haven't played except for this earlier this year, but they're building one the way they're playing today.
Well, this is a great game, 7-7.
I hope you enjoy the action, you lacrosse fans. Here's a guy who's played very well today, number 44, but he has trouble handling the ball there against the checking Steve Coffey.
They missed an offside, Barry, I'll tell you. Calhoun lucked out. Pollock stepped over the midfield line.
Now we'll have a timeout taken by Dick Skillman. Jimmy Amon going to let the official know that he missed that offside, too.
You bet he will.
He's shouting over at him. Let's see if we can pick up how many men were across midfield here as we watch.
See, they're doubling the ball right here, which is what they should be doing with the 2 long sticks. When they check the ball out of the stick, it'll roll over to Pollock, and Pollock will step over the line. Okay, right there.
Good work by our camera crew, directed by Larry Roth, producer-director, Rich Martinetti, and executive producer Bob DePoto, all in the truck. Amos is telling them right here, isn't he?
Probably so. I think he's telling them, I think you missed an offsides call, Mr. Bishop, and that's a very important call for us because we get possession then.
Let's go to Carl Reuter down on the field.
All right, Barry, I just came over from talking with Frank Dorfman, number 99. He is the gentleman that had the illegal stick. Now, I asked Frank where he got the stick from. He said it was a borrowed stick. He's been using it in games this season, and he borrowed it from a guy by the name of Jeff Goldberg, who plays some box lacrosse with the New Jersey Saints. He said he had no idea this stick was too short, and as you can imagine, by talking to somebody who has such a bad penalty in such a crucial part of the game, he's not one very happy individual right now. But Mr. Dorfman had no idea that it was an illegal stick, but he found out the hard way, and credit Dick Skillman's eyesight for this one, Barry.
All right, Carl, nice report down on the field. Interesting story. Well, Kerry, we've got a heck of a finish. There's number 99. He's got another stick right now. I'm sure that's legal.
Well, you can give the other stick back to Bob Goldberg. I mean, it's not unusual, too, because in box lacrosse, they do play with shorter sticks, obviously. But, I think Bob Goldberg better not lend too many sticks to division players.
All right. Let's watch the action. Schliff's got it. They have the man up here. They've scored 3 man-up goals. 2:45, a minute left in the power play. Work it out over the head of O'Callahan as it comes back towards midfield. Mike Smith, kicked by O'Brien. Nice play as they try to throw it down for Smith. Number 25 back to pick it up. And there we go now. Calhoun in possession as they'll swing it around. That's Rob Reed upfield. Greaves with 2:20 to go in the fourth quarter, tied at 7-7. Schliff will go to overtime here, perhaps. O'Callahan shot broken up by the defense. Good play by number 31 that time to break it up, Glenn Kokeman.
O'Callahan's not going to put one out there on DiLorenzo taking it lefty, I don't think, Barry.
Pollock working behind, the lookout in front. Finnegan shot over the cage, but Pollock was backing. And with about 12 seconds or 15 seconds left in the man-up situation, the ball be put in play by Pollock here. Dropping it back, here's an opportunity. O'Callahan blocked again in front. Schliff will take the chance. See Lorenzo, a big save. Recovered by Schliff again. Penalty is over. Both teams at even strength. Dorfman is back on. That's behind now to Pollock. A minute and a half to go. Pollock checked. DiLorenzo out of the cage to pick it up for Levittown. Let's watch DiLorenzo.
And we're off and running, Barry. DiLorenzo creating opportunities.
Great catch by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, will they call timeout here with 1:20 to go and get their short sticks? And Jimmy Amon wants timeout. He ran on the field practically to lasso his player to get him to call timeout.
He wanted to make sure the official saw him. I don't think he worried about his player. The official was able to call that.
What a finish. 1:19 to go. And give credit to the Levittown defense and to Mr. DiLorenzo. They had a 3-minute man-up situation and scored only 1 goal.
Jimmy Amon's team in Division Avenue, I think, bit the bullet right there. Down a man for 3 minutes. They only got 1 goal scored against them, and that's great.
Apparently, one time. Let's see if we can tune into what's happening.
My one here, I got one more left.
Correct, yeah.
Don't self-destruct. Oh, you now, Blue. Yeah. Make the passes. Get a good shot. Get a good shot.
Let's go.
Come on, we need to Listen up. If they're playing man-to-man, play the spokes. Play the spokes and wind it down unless we have a layup. Hey, yes. Wind it down. Play the spokes, wind it down unless we have a layup. Look, a layup is a 100% goal. You understand that? Come on, guys, come on, let's go. Look for me to call timeout. Look, if they're in a zone, run the rotation. We'll wind it down unless we have a layup. Understand that? 1, 2, 3. Go!
Heads up, guys. Let's go.
Well, Jimmy Amon telling his players exactly what to do. If they come out playing the man-to-man, they wanted to spread them out, play it out on the perimeter, wind down the clock with 1:19 to go. He said, let's work for only a good shot. It's got to be 100% layup. And he says, in tight. If they play in the zone, let's use our rotation and wind it down.
Jim
so either
Amon's,
way, he's going to try and eat up the clock.
Jim Amon's basketball background coming through there. A layup only, right?
You noticed, huh, Barry?
All right. Assistant coach in lacrosse at Hopkins and 6 years head basketball coach down there in Baltimore. All right, they'll swing it around now. We'll keep you abreast of the clock. Parpan. Back out. Here's Bergeau. A minute to go. Look behind Parpan. Coffee 44.
Again, they're letting the clock wind down. They're only going to take that real good shot, 100% goal shot.
45 seconds to go. We'll keep you abreast of that clock. They've got the clock in front of them, which is an advantage, so most of the players could see the clock, except anybody behind the cage. Back out, they'll swing it. Huggard to Coffee, 30 seconds to go. They've got the long pole middies in against them defensively. 24 seconds to go. Parpan, and they'll call another timeout here with 22 seconds left, and it'll be interesting to see right now what Dick Skillman and both coach Jim Amon decide to do strategy-wise here. What a heck of a game. Levittown Division jumped off 3-0. Calhoun stormed back, tied it at 3-3. Levittown regained the lead. Calhoun came back to tie it 7-7.
Yeah, I don't think we could have asked for a better game, Barry. Both teams playing really well. And ironically, let's see if we can listen to Dick Skillman right now, see if as he plans the defense.
All right, guys. Come on now, a little pride. You know what they're going to do. Big blue. Come on.
Hey, let's go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Right.
Well, not too much as far as Dick Skillman. He figures he's got an experienced club. They know what they're going to do, and he just got to shut them off. 22 seconds left. Calhoun had some great players last year. Matt Huff, Paul Stanley, Billy Quill, Phil Ryan, James Kushner, the All-American who's at Hofstra. They lost all of those players, and they're back having a great year. 22 seconds left.
And Dick Skillman's appealing to their pride right now. He's saying, you know what they're going to do. They're probably going to look to go to Carbonell, perhaps, and probably either Bergeau maybe or Haggard up top.
And the fans very much in the game right here.
You got to be in this game, Barry. This is really exciting.
Of course, we'll go to overtime. It'll not be a sudden death overtime situation, Kerry. We'll have 2 overtime periods as there's the young man who's going to face the pressure, Paul Bracker.
If
2
we go
3-minute
overtime. Right, Barry. We play 2 no matter what.
Okay, let's watch the action here. Let's see what they've set up. Coffee, swing it to Bergeau. 13 seconds left. Parpan with 10, now with 9. Back out to Bergeau, long shot from there. Coffee cut off. It's 4 seconds. Bounce shot over the cage. 1 second, we go to overtime.
Well, you know, that's the shot that Calhoun wanted them to take, way out wide. And, of course, Jimmy Amon saying, wait a minute, we still have a second to go on this clock. But the official saying, I guess, no way, Jose. You got the clock is up.
So
Calhoun did the job. They gave him only that perimeter shot, and that's all that division could hope for.
Well, territorially, Levittown Division had what they wanted. They had the ball for the last minute and a half and unable really to get the real good shot off against Fracker, and to the credit of the Calhoun zone defense, they didn't rattle and didn't get out of position.
Nope, they didn't overcommit themselves.
Let's take a look at the Cablevision address. If you've got comments on today's game and other games and things you'd like to see, don't forget, baseball fans, we've got some big baseball coming up, American and National League Baseball Championships in Nassau County. And here's the address: Cablevision, Long Island Sports Network, One Media Crossways, Woodbury, New York, 11797. Kerry, you see why now people talk about this league as having maybe the best 4 top teams in the league. We've seen Levittown Division battle Calhoun, ranked in the top 10. As we look at the polls in both Nassau and Suffolk counties, we've got some outstanding teams that we've seen so far here today.
And certainly we've seen Garden City play, so we've seen 3 out of the 4 teams. The only one we haven't seen is MacArthur, Barry, and you never can tell. Maybe we'll have an opportunity to get to see them in the playoffs as well.
Well, they are playing exceptional lacrosse as well. And we hope you're enjoying the action wherever you're watching on the Long Island Sports Network. And should be an interesting overtime. What's the strategy when you have 2 3-minute overtime periods when you go into an overtime from a coach's standpoint?
Well, certainly right now in the very beginning, the first strategy, of course, is you want to come up with the possession of the ball. Very crucial right now for Adam Greaves of Calhoun and for Division, as they've been very successful to hold on to the possession. And the way Division's been playing with the ball, once they get it, they're eating up almost 3 minutes on the clock. So you're not going to give too much of an opportunity to Calhoun. That's why it's very important that they get the possession.
Pat Booten, 43, in the gray, battling with Greaves for the ball. Booten comes up with it. He's done an excellent job on the faceoffs today.
Superb, Barry. He's really done the job for them.
He's come along quite a bit on that second midfield unit. Parpan from behind overthrows his man cutting in front, looking for Kokoman. Now the fast break opportunity here for Calhoun. And do they want a timeout here? Nope. They just want to get their units ready.
Right. They just Adam Greaves is holding the ball out now, letting all his midfields catch up with him a little bit as he was leading the fast break.
All right. This is Dan Feinstein, who hasn't played that much, number 44. He'll work it to Pollock. Feinstein, good speed, not a great shooter, plays in the midfield. Pollock cut off by Pfeiffer. It's good dodger, Pollock. Great vision. Throws it away, however, there. He's looking for Schliff, and he threw it away. Here are the game stats. Show you how close it's been. Calhoun has outshot Division 25-21. Division's goalie, DiLorenzo, has made 10 saves as Jimmy Amon looks on. 7 saves for Bracker for Calhoun. Ground ball's pretty even. Calhoun 15, Division 14, and face-offs. Division has won 10 and Calhoun 7.
Well, you can't get too much closer than that, Barry, and the score, I think, is indicative of the kind of a game we've had.
All right. Now restart here. Almost a minute gone in the first 3-minute overtime. Talking about Nassau County and how well these clubs in this league are doing. You have Garden City 16-0, ranked number 1 in the state. West Genesee ranked number 2. They're, of course, upstate New York. St. Anthony's from Long Island ranked number 3, and that's in the state poll. Fayetteville Manalus ranked number 4. Farmingdale number 5, despite a couple of losses last week. Hills East, Suffolk's top team, number 6 at 11-2. Then you go down to Ward Melville. They're coming off a big win over Sachem. They're ranked number 9, and Sachem ranked number 10. Those are the top 10 in the state poll. In the small schools, you've got Elmont, number 1 here in Nassau County, number 1 in the state. Bethpage, number 2. Lynbrook is ranked number 4. Harborfield's having a great year, number 5. And St. Paul's, little school in Garden City, having a superb season. They're ranked number 6. So Long Island schools doing very well as usual.
Certainly are. And there's Dick Skillman looking on as we're getting a delay as they were waiting for the spectators to move off the side there, Barry. I think there's a little harassment going on by the spectators.
All right, here's Dorfman. Wouldn't it be ironic if Dorfman gets the goal to win the game here? After it was his stick, gave him the man up, and they tied the game when he was in. But he's going to go out of the game right now and be replaced. And Scott will come in defensively. And we'll watch Levittown move the ball. Here's
now
Coffey.
they weren't very patient last time down, Barry. They took one pass and they tried to get the shot, and it was a bad pass. Now we'll see if they're patient at all and let the clock wind down a little bit.
Now they'll work it here. The man who scored a couple of goals. He got him started earlier, number 23, Carbonell. Parpan. Back out to Coffey, who had a couple of early goals. Coffey, good look in front. The shot by Huggard blocked in front.
Great save. Paul Bracker was in good position there. And again, we said Matt Huggard, very dangerous, took a good shot.
Huggard has scored twice today. Parpan from behind. Looks out, Huggard again. Bounce. Ooh, it hit a stick in front and deflected wide as the goalie got a stick on it. 1:04 to go in this first 3-minute overtime.
And I think right now Division's really keeping the pressure on the defense. Right now Calhoun defense can't afford to make a mistake because Division will jump right on it.
Great way for these clubs to finish the regular season going into the playoffs next week.
This is the kind of intensity that both coaches want to get out of their teams once they start the playoffs, Barry, so it's really a good preliminary.
Carbonell could not handle the pass from Huggard. It goes out of bounds. And the Colts of Calhoun will get it back. Dick Skillman's club getting possession. Well, a lot of threes. If your three's your favorite number, you've got it there. 3 in the first for Division, 3 in the second for Calhoun. Division again, 3 in the first, and 3 in the fourth for Calhoun. So it's been a very even game from that standpoint. Timeout again. All right, Kerry, you got 51 seconds left. You Dick Skillman, you got the ball right now. I don't know if we're in the huddle yet. We don't know. Well, let's join him in the huddle and see what he's saying.
You got 51 seconds. You don't have to rush to clear. I don't want to throw the ball away on the clear. Just take your time with it, change fields if you have to, and just relax on it, okay? Don't force anything. Especially do not force anything in our end. If worst comes to worst and you get caught, you cheap the ball. I don't want to lose it in our end. We're going to clear it properly.
That's it. Let's go, guys. We're doing it here. We're doing it here.
Well, we heard Dick Skillman talking here, Barry, and you know, he seems to be very much under control. You know, he doesn't seem to be pressuring or high pressure. He's not very emotional in the huddle right now in an overtime game, and he's trying to impose that, I think, on his players not to be pressured, and that's what he's looking for. He said, if you get into trouble, cheap the ball down. Let's not lose in our defensive end. Let's change the field. Just relax, he's saying, and get the ball to the offensive half. And certainly you want to get the ball over to Pollock and let him set up the offense.
Well, Kerry, you would appreciate this, the kind of losing season you've had this year over at Deer Park. He's never had a losing season at Calhoun, Dick Skillman, in his 17 years of coaching. There you see the time left in the first overtime. 7-7 the score as play is just about set to resume. By the way, Dick Skillman was a referee for many years. He refereed 6 Nassau County finals, so he had that eagle eye out for that stick. And now we get whistles all over the field. An offside against blue, and Dick Skillman says, I don't believe it. He's got his hands on his head. He throws his cap off his head, and he can't believe it.
I can't believe it either, Barry, because that was the first time they've really cleared the ball with any kind of control.
Here you go right through the huddle. You explain to your kids, and now they get the ball back with 40 seconds to go, and they'll probably sit on it.
And you got to be upset with the midfielders because it's midfielders' responsibility to keep onside. Defenseman bringing it over is not responsible for onside. It's the midfielder's job.
Okay. Dorfman now in midfield as we watch Huggard. Now Dorfman goes off. Let's see if they'll play for possession here. Parpan rarely shoots. He'll look to pass off just about all the time. 23 seconds to go. 20 seconds as Bergeau flips it on the near side. Carbonell working it behind to Parpan. The shot saved by Bracker as he stopped the shot from outside by Coffey. Scramble with 5 seconds, 4. Back to Bergeau with 3, 2, and that's going to expire the time right here. First overtime is scoreless, and here we go now into overtime number 2. Now, how does the strategy change in the second overtime?
Well, now you really got to attack the cage. Both teams are going to go. I don't think you're going to see Calhoun hold back anything now, especially if you see Division's going to hold the ball out. They're going to come out and pressure because they really want to get control of the ball.
So we got a dandy, and we'll be right back with the second overtime. You're watching exciting high school lacrosse on Cablevision.
Today, there's a better way to bank. Introducing the Apple Bank family. Join the Apple Bank family and your personal family banker will respond immediately to your financial needs. You'll get discounts on loans, a Visa card at a great low rate, free no-bonds checking, and more. Join the Apple Bank family and feel good about banking again. Come in or call Apple Bank for savings. We're good for you.
Some of the fans who've enjoyed it, Kerry, and it's good to see this kind of support for the lacrosse players.
Oh, it certainly is, Barry. It's great to see the fans coming out on a school day to support their team as they're getting ready for the playoffs, and the enthusiasm is great, and it really carries over to the field, I think, as the players really respond to that.
Yeah, this Levittown Division lacrosse program under Jimmy Amon, who's athletic director, is really blossomed there. You see the shots even, and of course that's the way the score is, pretty even at 7-7. We've got a great schedule coming up for you lacrosse fans. A reminder, we want to see you out there at Hofstra May 26th, coming up in a couple of weeks from today. It'll be the county championship games for the A and B. You'll see teams like, I'm sure, Elmont, Lynbrook, Bethpage battling in the B schools, and the A schools could be Farmingdale. You could be seeing these teams play. Garden City figures certainly to be there. Should be outstanding. Then the Long Island Large and Small School Championships will be coming up. Don't forget the Suffolk Championships as well. out at Central Islip on Friday night, May 29th. What a great night that's going to be.
That should be outstanding, and I think we're really in store for some great lacrosse in the playoffs, Barry.
Well, for Suffolk, it's up for grabs really this year. Ward Melville, not the totally dominant team they've been in the past.
That's true, Barry. It's anyone's ball game, I think, once we get into the playoffs. And I don't think there's going to be any such word as an upset, because any team can win it.
All right, Booton in gray, number 43. Graves in blue for Calhoun, the little 5'5" guy battling on this face-off here. Let's watch the technique.
Well, we're watching now. They're trying to clamp it down, and there's it raking out in good body position. That was real good body position by Adam Greaves as he spun around and got himself between the ball.
And here comes the little guy looking to pass it off. Finnegan shut. Oh, Di Lorenzo. What a quick reaction save. But Pollock will put it back out. Here's the shot. Blasted wide, but they had help on the back as the shot was taken by Calhoun's Ed O'Callahan.
Boy, I'll tell you, Division's breathing easy on that one. That was a great look inside to Finnegan, and he spun and shot. Look at Greaves right inside Finnegan. Bang, takes a shot right into Di Lorenzo's chest protector. And again, Calhoun now coming out real strong, starting the second overtime.
All right, here's Pollock working behind. Pollock against Pfeiffer. We get a whistle.
A ball just inadvertently came on the field, Barry, from the ball boy behind. They'll start the play over again. Took a couple of seconds off the clock.
Almost 30 seconds gone. Second overtime. We're tied at 7-7. Levittown in the gray. Calhoun with the ball in blue. Pollock out in front. Oh, checked. Di Lorenzo comes up with it. What poise he has in that crease area. As O'Neill, or rather Tom Nader, number 16, was right on the doorstep.
He was looking for Nader, and here's Di Lorenzo again looking on the clear, getting it to the attack.
And they'll look to play it. Here's Dorfman. Frank Dorfman down the wing. Bergeau moving in. He'll crank it up. Bracker, great